Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Riverdale, Season 6, Episode 6.
Chapter 101, Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. I am excited. I'm trying to temper my expectations because Season 5 hard lost me.
Yeah.
I was tapped out. And then against all odds, I kind of loved the Riverdale stunt.
Yeah, me too.
And I think that we heard that they were gonna lean more into that they like learned their lesson. And it was funny, but when we were setting up before you came in, your husband was like, was it good? And I was like, this was what I like from Riverdale.
Yeah.
This was the crazy. It's because we're very particular. It's like, it can't just be crazy.
No, it can't just be crazy, but there was just enough like real world sexual assault consequences in this episode to temper the like new superhuman powers.
They did my boy Grayston Holt dirty.
They did.
They did him. I can't believe that they had him for 2 full seasons and this is what they did with him, which granted, I know that like there were unexpected production elements.
Of course.
But
well, we're also, he might still be in play.
He did.
I mean, we didn't watch the light leave his eyes. He's probably in a pit somewhere.
I think he's dead. But regardless, he tried to sexually assault Betty.
Yeah.
So, she handled it.
She did handle it. It was awesome.
I kind of can't believe that we of course, because this is the next chapter, but we pick up where we left off with the bomb exploding. And I'm just going to cut to the chase. It's apparent. So do we think the bomb has given them
I don't know, but there was something about the bomb coinciding with the Riverdale stuff where it's like, I almost feel like it exploded a multiverse.
Yeah, we're dealing with a multiverse-y thing. I don't exactly, we always say, as I probably should have watched the last couple episodes, because I do remember the previous episode, 100, being absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Like coconuts. And because didn't they end the world or something? I don't remember.
Well, it was gonna end the world, but now that's why there's a second Jughead who's just like living in
just
the
writing,
bunker, writing. And like, so, but I love that the thing that I love about Riverdale is that like, as like classic Riverdale, the explosion was enough to conceivably open or close a multiverse, but it did 0 damage to the Cooper house. The Andrews house is basically to the studs, and Alice is looking through her intact window at the wreckage.
But it really wasn't, because that dude Percival showed up, which who knows what that was, although he was cute. I loved his hair. But all of the windows in the door, it was like a hole was just punched through each window. And I was like, that's not how glass breaks. Like, if there was an explosion, all of the glass would be, like, blown out. The way the house was destroyed was very funny.
Yeah.
But what we're dancing around is, so Archie is, I guess, unbreakable.
Yeah.
I cackled. I think that is so funny. I am so here for that. And Betty can see people's auras.
Well, she can, like, see a threat. If the
I don't like that as
poses
much.
She only saw the auras of 2 people that posed a threat.
I thought they were different, but no, I guess they were both red.
Yeah. Like reddish and yellow.
And also Bingo?
Okay.
What?
Bingo broke all 4 of his legs.
Well, so we handle the like. We pick up after the aftermath. Like, we pick up with everybody. It was very, whew, we got away from that bomb.
It was very few, but then it was also, Alice was like, nobody's been to the hospital, though.
Jughead doesn't have insurance. They were dropping some things in this one where I was like, that's fair.
That's fair. I believe that, but
they go back into the Cooper or to the Andrews house, and you hear, and you went, oh, God.
Yeah. I had forgotten they had a new dog in the first place.
And then it like cuts to the like hospital or whatever, or the animal, like the vet, the animal doctor.
And the vet comes out and she goes, well, Bingo's broken all of his legs.
She was like, because they say something about like, well, it's pretty bad or something, but she was like, he's broken all 4 of his legs, and you were like, Jesus Christ, because you're then just imagining this dog under the table, because we don't want to see Bingo.
No, I don't want to see
but
Bingo.
He was this dog. No, but we do find out at the end of the episode that all 4 of his legs are completely healed.
Underdog. So, we're off to save the day.
But also, Jughead is seemingly just screwed.
Yeah, Jughead's just deaf.
That can't be.
Okay, something else has, because that's not a power.
Mm-hmm.
So unless his like other senses are gonna heighten or something. Imagine.
I am. It's great.
I don't know. I'm not opposed to it, but you're right. It does sort of like Betty and Archie and Bingo get these powers, and it's just that like the reverb of the explosion rendered Jughead deaf instead.
But also seemingly like, well, I guess not. I was gonna say Bingo and Archie's powers are the same, but no. Bingo healed. That's different than what Archie's
Bingo
dealing
healed.
With.
Archie can't be injured,
and he's getting denser. If we know,
we know one thing. Archie Andrews is dense as fuck. Wow. I don't even know where to go from there.
Oh, I loved when he read Mary. So Mary comes in. Molly was looking
fresh to death.
She was looking fresh.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, she looked great.
She looks amazing.
She had this like bob and everything. But
in her El Royale sweatshirt.
Yeah, she kind of, Archie basically is like, I want the house. Like, I want to buy the house. And she's like, you want to live in the same house your whole life? And he's just sort of like, well, I mean, I've got nothing to do and nowhere to go. I don't need money. He's like, I don't have a college fund. He didn't leave me.
Well, no, he says, I never used my college fund.
Sure.
Yeah. He's like, I've got all this money. I have money from the military and I never used my college fund, so I can afford it. Although then at the end, he's like, do you want to help me out with this mortgage I can't afford, Betty?
So basically, well, that's where this Percival dude showed up, which, I mean, I have no idea what that could be. It feels supernatural. By Percival. And he
This is now the third person playing a devil-like character in the Riverdale universe, and we still don't have Luke Cook back.
Yeah. I was going to say not including the actual devil. But he did like saunter in and basically made an offer on the house. Why, we don't know. But Mary sold the house to Archie, and they signed it over. And Archie and Betty are still just kind of pretty firmly together still.
It's fine. I am confused about the confusion. Who actually put the bomb? Because half of our characters think that it was Hiram, and half of our characters think it was the Ghoulies.
The Ghoulies were working for Hiram.
So it was Hiram.
Yeah, okay. That's what Twyla said. She was like.
So that's the other thing too, is Archie has single-handedly declared war against the Ghoulies on behalf of the serpents, who are like trying to talk it out and be like, no, I have a baby. Please don't attack me.
Yeah. I kind of liked Twyla. She wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting something stuntier, either from the casting or the character. Yeah. However, by the time we got to the end of the episode, she wasn't not stunty. It was interesting. Her getup was interesting.
My slightest problem is that we now have 3 characters where their alliterative names are all T's.
That's a Riverdale thing.
No, but they're all T's.
Oh, okay.
Tony Topaz, Tabitha Tate, Twyla Twist. Pick a different letter.
Okay. But yeah, Archie did do that. And well, because Tabitha's still doing a good job with the serpents, and she has her business and she has her baby.
Tony.
Did I say Tabitha? Yeah. Tony. Tabitha's doing a good job with her business too. Tony, and we had that scene. Have they ever actually said they were bisexual before? That felt like...
We knew it about Tony.
We knew it because we witnessed it, but I don't remember. Like, basically, Tony and Fangs came out to Kevin.
Yeah.
And I mean,
as a couple, and they like confirmed their bisexuality, but they came out as a couple too.
I appreciated it. It was a little after school, but no, I absolutely like after school special, but I absolutely appreciated it. And Fangs, of the two of them, Fangs was like, we're still very bisexual, by the way.
Yeah.
And you know, I have been complaining for years, going on decades, about shows not really exploring or doing anything with male bisexuality. Yeah. And then here comes Riverdale. And,
props where they're due.
They didn't throw the first brick at Stonewall.
Not even close.
But like the 31st.
Okay.
He's so hot. Drew Tanner.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm not I'm not talking anything about that. I want Casey Cott to get off this show. I love Kevin. I love him so much.
They've done not great.
Nothing. This is such a waste of Casey Cott, and it's such a waste of it. So
we thought he was leaving last season.
He has now postponed his return to Broadway so that he can lay his life down for baby Anthony should the Ghoulies attack an infant.
And you were like, that was sad.
He was like, I'll protect him with my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, you sure are going to.
Yeah. Well, because like I said, we kind of got the sense that he was leaving, and usually in a sense like that, it wouldn't be prolonged like this. So then maybe they're not. Maybe it's just meant to kind of be what?
I don't know. I think they're going to kill him.
I mean, I think that I am prepared for that, but I'm just saying, typically, it's like if in 2019 he asked to be written off the show, it typically wouldn't take 3 years for that to happen.
Sure, I see. Yes.
You know what I mean?
But I do think they're pulling some, I don't know, they're pulling something with the like, oh, I'm going to go back to Broadway. And then it's like, oh, just kidding. I have to stay in Riverdale longer, just long enough to die.
But this is also the third time that we've done that. So then maybe that's a point in this. So then do it.
Yeah.
So
that's what I want Casey Cott to be able to do something else, because I think he is now.
Were they giving the Pussycats a spinoff, or were we just wanting that? I can't remember.
I think we were just wanting it.
Because I was going to say he could go with the Pussycats.
They write a musical together.
That's there. They're dealing with that. Betty is still FBIing, and
she's got an all-lady team there at the end. She's dismissed all of the men in the office because Glenn was also telling all of them that they've rekindled their romance and it got a little rough, and that's why he has a broken nose, as opposed to she punched him 4 times in the face.
And she deduced that the creepy orderly at the hospital had killed the 20-something-year-old nurse. The rough detail. I mean, it's part of the show has done it from the beginning, so that's not really a complaint. But it makes for not even an uneven viewing, but we clutch our pearls.
It's a little jarring.
Yeah, there's dear God,
because it's not even. It's like an F plot. Alice just is like, oh my God, the news station called
a 24-year-old nurse is in the dumpster, was murdered.
They found a nurse's body in the dumpster with her throat slit, and you're just like, ah!
Yeah, it was a bit much.
Okay.
We still have Veronica. So this episode posits that Veronica took out a hit on Hiram and that he's dead. I know that Mark Consuelos has left the show.
Oh, 100% for sure?
I mean, he's not in the cast.
Oh.
My issue with Hiram is that he never should have been a series regular, and or if he were season 2 only.
Yeah.
I like Mark Consuelos.
Me too.
I like him on this show, but they haven't known what to do with him, or it's never paid off in a gratifying way.
And it pays off even less now that they are adults.
As you often said, it was just this psychosexual cat and mouse game that made Veronica stupid.
Yeah.
And that's why
hasn't stopped making her stupid.
Well, at least she got I don't know. So this is a soap opera above all else. So I absolutely believe that we will most likely see Mark Consuelos again. I believe that Hiram's probably still alive and or has a twin brother or something. But the fact that Mark has left the show, I am prepared to say that maybe we are set free. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know that Hermosa's going to be able to pull off.
She's not. And I'm also somehow more furious if he's actually dead than if he had continued to be on the show. That's how we're killing Hiram Lodge.
I mean, Veronica did do it.
No, she didn't.
She called a hit.
She had the chance to kill him with her bare hands last season.
I agree.
And so I just am like, you kill Mark Consuelos off screen. I don't know. It doesn't add up to me.
Yeah, I could go either way. I'm there.
But it looks, you're right. It looks like they're having a funeral next week. My father's body was found, is what she says.
So, I will rue the day I finish the sentence. I believe we will have a moment's peace.
A moment.
I believe we will have a moment's peace.
Well, I mean, also, Hermosa is like, there's a mark on
blood
you now.
For blood, yeah.
And so, like, now they're still gunning for Veronica.
So we're getting Hermione back next week. It looks amazing. Yeah. She shows up with the camera crew. We see our previous season 1 and then be on the lookout for season 2 of Riverdale. It should be coming soon. We dive into our feelings about our complex feelings. They're not really complex, but they're chronicled.
Many and varied.
Feelings about the Lodge family. And Hermione's a character that theoretically we were all in on, but we feel like we only get glimpses of greatness from her on the show.
Maybe, again, I can't believe I'm going to try to put this in the universe, but now that Hiram is dead.
Well, Marisol has also, she did leave the show. However, she's on good terms with them. She
left it way open to come back.
So I wouldn't hate if we kind of got Hermione partially back. Like, I really hope that this next episode isn't like the last we ever see of her.
Sure, I agree with that, especially because Hermosa doesn't belong to her. And so she and Veronica could really unite against whatever forces.
Remember we wished Hermione had killed Hiram like
so long ago.
At that stupid cabin.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm actually like I said, I can't believe I'm about to say this because I'm cursing it, but I'm excited for next week's episode because of the Lodge plot.
Sure.
And that's been a while since that's been the case.
I don't know, though. I mean, Veronica is drowning in guilt about it because Reggie's dad had a heart attack and
he doesn't beat him anymore. They're like in a good place. That's never been, I mean.
No, it's never been a plotline.
I think Charles is a great sport. Like I said, he takes the shirt off and tweaks the nipples and gets it.
Great.
But
the thing is like, Reggie being like, oh, I wish I had more time with my dad makes.
Because also that's out of character for Reggie. Why on earth would Reggie be A, sentimental in that way?
Yeah.
B,
about his dad specifically.
That is the one I could even buy the most, but it's like, why is he suddenly this like angel on Veronica's shoulder where he's like, you're gonna regret this. Like, and it's like, dude, if you had nutted up and taken care of this, like.
And then she lies to him and says she called off the hit, even though she already knows that. It's like, why are you lying?
Yeah, that I didn't fully get.
It does. It's, I don't know. I agree. Again, like we've always said, is like, I think they also don't know what to do with Veronica.
Well, we hoped that shedding
Hiram. So maybe we're about to get into a good place.
This is a minimal consolation prize, but she looked fantastic in this episode. Her hair's a little bit longer, and the handful of like tops and stuff, she looked gorgeous. But
it's never the fault of Camila Mendes.
No, I mean, we think anything that works is largely because she's willing it to be. But and then the final, I can feel you not liking this, but I'm kind of there with the Blossom.
I just sort of wish
anytime we get Cheryl in a stable place, the show rips it away from us.
That's the thing is I just want Cheryl to be happy and not possessed by an ancestor who was burned at the stake. I would love that for 5 more minutes. And what is with Nana Rose going full villain? What the fuck?
That kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
Because we are Nana Rose stands going back to episode 6 of season 1.
Yeah.
So we'll see what comes of it. I do weirdly love that the show has tabs on Britta. When they introduced her 2 seasons ago, and I was like, what the fuck is this chick?
Yep.
And now I'm like, that's Britannia, damn it. I don't know. I think she's great.
Britta Beach.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't hate the witchy stuff. That's fun.
And now we've said it. So
Cheryl
I think
has many long, billowy sleeved house coats that she's wearing, which
are
all
different.
They're all different. They're all crimson.
And I do think I did hear, I don't think I just manifested this, but I think I heard Kiernan Shipka say she was down to return.
Well, I hope so. I think that would be great. I don't know.
Not the last thing this show needs is more characters.
Yeah.
But if we could find a way to sort of like close. I mean, Sabrina actually ended on a decent note, but I always thought there needed to be more synergy between those two properties. And
honestly, I think Katie Keene was weak overall, but I think
but that's the one that had crossover stuff.
But I think they should have even done more crossover stuff. Like, we should have met Lucy Hale before the show started.
It just also should have been good.
Well, of course, that's beside the point that I'm making.
Like, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
What's not Fred? What's the uncle's name?
I knew it. Literally, I tell you.
It's not
Frank.
Is it Frank?
Frank.
He sort of was like, Archie, show me where you hid under the table. And he was like, which table that is totally destroyed were you hiding under? And he was like, ugh.
He seems to still have his rapport with Alice. I don't know if I just can only fight so many battles, but I'm coming around. At first we were like, but I'm coming around on it. It's whatever. Did we ever decide if Hal is dead? He is dead.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Although I have seen spoilers, I guess. I've seen some press stuff or just like behind the scenes mention photos that she posted, and he's on set for something. So maybe a flashback, but.
And I don't know that we actually did say it, but fucking Glenn was, he presumably strangled by the TBK. Yeah. So,
or asphyxiated, I guess.
And Jughead exposed Hiram and is in the Wall Beat Journal. And he's living with Tabitha now because he's a deadbeat boyfriend.
Well, also his garage home exploded.
So I think that's good. I think that was about it.
Yep. Not a terrible entry.
I was mostly in. I am the most intrigued by Archie, Betty, and Bingo's burgeoning superpowers. I cannot wait. Wouldn't it be amazing if we actually do literally just never see Bingo? He's just like, we hear about him. Or they'd be like, oh, look, here comes Bingo. Thank God he saved those children.
Archie finally got him a cape.
He's always just like leaving, just jumping out the... Because we did not see a dog in this episode. No. It's like the bear. I don't know. Ridiculous. This show is so funny. So, okay, well, see you next week.
Bye.